Hi, I'm Dan and welcome to Polar Currency and video number 34. This is the first video of a possible new subseries, What's in My Office? From time to time, I've been asked what is in my office, so I thought I'd make a video. I haven't fully categorized what I have, but I'm going to start with coins. I know, coins! They've been up behind me for a while. I don't feel I have to really state this out loud, but I'll put it on record that I really don't hate coins. I've never said I wouldn't talk about them, going back to my very first video. As the channel name states, the focus will be on paper currency, primarily US currency, but not always. I definitely have some envy when it comes to the coin to currency information ratio that's available. With that said, I admit that if it wasn't for coins, specifically state quarters to be exact, I would not have discovered paper currency. With that out of the way, who doesn't like big silver coins? Over the years, I've put together coins and other numismatic items that interest me. This first video I'm sharing is my silver coins and metal type collection that basically represent $1. There's nothing fancy or earth-shattering about any of them. To me, they just look cool, and I wanted an example of each one. I'll start with the earliest dates, working forward in time, and of course, I have to provide a bit of background. The U.S. Mint's first 3 silver dollars are physically and surely monetarily unattainable for me and probably a lot of other people. To complete a type collection, I wanted to have an example of each, so I found the next best thing and went to Intaglio Mint and got reproductions. All 3 are beautiful works of art and provide an excellent representation of the original coins. I know these are not real coins, but they are .999 silver. All 3 come from their modern tribute collection, and they have a metal alignment when turned over. They also have identical dimensions weighing 2 troy ounces, 39 millimeters in diameter, and 6 millimeters thick. The 1794 flowing hair reproduction from the Intaglio Mint represents the very first dollar coin issued by the United States federal government and was designed by the first U.S. Mint chief engraver Robert Scott. The obverse has Lady Liberty with free-flowing hair on her neck and back facing right, surrounded by 15 stars representing the number of states that made up the Union at the time. The reverse has a spread wing eagle surrounded by a laurel wreath of what I believe are olive branches, bound by a thin ribbon at the base. Curiously, the denomination was not featured on either the obverse or reverse. The 1804 drape bust reproduction, again engraved by Robert Scott, bears the infamous date that was not minted until 1834 or later. Now that's a whole different story right there. The Intaglio Mint bullion metal was minted with an inverse dome for what I'm assuming numismatic flair, again not indicative to the original coin, but it is pretty unique. The obverse features Liberty with bowed hair surrounded by 13 stars. The reverse has a heraldic eagle with wings spread behind a shield, holding an olive branch in the right talons, 13 arrows in the left talons, with a flowing ribbon in its beak bearing the words E pluribus unum. There are 13 stars representing the original colonies and clouds floating above the eagle. The Intaglio Mint 1838 seated Liberty reproduction represents the first silver dollar that was really produced in mass numbers for circulation. The coin carries the nickname the Gobrick dollar after Christian Gobrick, the third U.S. Mint chief engraver and designer of this coin. As the coin name states, the obverse features a seated Liberty on what appears to be a rock holding a Liberty cap and pole surrounded by 13 stars. The reverse depicts a flying eagle that would later be used on the obverse of the 1856 to 1858 short-lived Flying Eagle 1-cent coin. The 1877 trade dollar, designed by 5th U.S. Mint chief engraver William Barber, is about AU and surely would grade out details because of the chop mark. The trade dollar is a different animal as compared to the standard circulating silver dollar, issued from 1873 to 1885 for circulation globally, primarily in Asia, to compete with equivalent-sized coins that other countries issued. It contains 420 grains of silver compared to 413.5 grains in the regular issue U.S. silver dollar, and weighs about half a gram less, has the same diameter, but is a bit thicker. The obverse keeps Liberty seated on a stone pedestal facing the left, presumably the Pacific Ocean, and extending an olive branch, again presumably towards Asia, and it's surrounded by 13 stars. The reverse has the typical heraldic eagle of the time period, with the addition of the grains and fineness actually listed on the coin. There is some naughty historical vandalistic history to these coins. When I first saw the coin, I'm like, Liberty is totally sitting on the privy. Well, I wasn't the first one to think like a fifth grader. As I discovered, there is a hobo nickel version of the trade dollar. It's called the potty dollar, where Liberty's pedestal has been transformed into a chamber pot, and for everyone's good, I'm just going to stop there and move on. And now we come to, according to the PCGS, arguably the most popular coin in the history of the world, the famous Morgan dollar. What else can be said that already hasn't been said? My Morgan is an 1884 BU from the New Orleans Mint. The King of American Coins was designed by the 7th U.S. Mint chief engraver, George T. Morgan, with his now famous left-facing Lady Liberty bust design. The reverse features Morgan's heraldic eagle appearing about to take flight. The design was minted for 26 years, not including the recent commemoratives. It could be said that coin collecting today wouldn't be anywhere near as popular if it wasn't for this coin's design. My 1922 piece dollar, like the Morgan, is about BU, but it's from the Philadelphia Mint. The story behind the coin's issuance is really interesting and ties directly to paper currency. If you want to learn why, check out the link in the description below to my video, What Are FRBNs, and why the large size series 1915 and 1918 failed. The Anthony DeFrancisci design, minted from 1921 to 1928 and again in 1934 to 1935, depicts a bust of Liberty wearing a crown of light reminiscent of the Statue of Liberty on the obverse. The reverse depicts a bald eagle at rest clutching an olive branch atop the peak of a mountain inscribed with the legend, Peace. This design was the last United States dollar coin to be struck for circulation with 90% silver. What you're seeing here is medallic artist and engraver Daniel Carr's high-relief 2022 piece dollar numismatic bullion commemorative. DeFrancisci's design is in ultra-high relief, more so than the original 1921 piece dollars. What's truly unique is the reverse, which has been minted with DeFrancisci's original broken sword design, which was rejected by the U.S. Mint. More information on that is also contained in my What Are FRBNs video. Carr actually minted this commemorative using a surplus Denver U.S. Mint coin press and used what is believed to be an original broken sword reverse die casting ordered by the U.S. Mint. That's just a really cool story. Now, because the piece dollar is possibly my favorite coin design, I did get the 2023 U.S. Mint proof commemorative. I did try for the 2021, but had a total fail with the U.S. Mint website, and I'm refusing to pay $250 for a coin that's finish, in my opinion, is not really that good looking and a little too matty and too flat. I will agree with Silver Surfer on the 2023 proof that the Mint possibly overdid the frost on the devices that visibly limits the amount of detail, but it is truly a beautiful coin. The last large-sized dollar coin issued for circulation by the U.S. Mint was the 1971 Eisenhower. This Ike dollar is a 40% silver from the San Francisco Mint. In 1970, Congress passed legislation authorizing a new $1 coin to commemorate both the death of President Eisenhower and the first moon landing on July 20, 1969. The obverse features a bust of Eisenhower, and the reverse is a rendition of the Apollo 11 insignia mission patch. Both sides were designed by the 10th U.S. Mint chief engraver, Frank Gasparo. The coin was not accepted by the public and was only issued from 1971 to 1978. You can kind of understand this because this large circulating clad coin did not hold its beauty over time in circulation. Next up is the original 1986 .999 fine silver bullion, the American Silver Eagle. I don't have much to add to Adolph Weinmann's iconic walking Liberty design, repurposed from the half dollar issued from 1916 to 1947. It certainly stands on its own merits. The name American Silver Eagle comes from the coin's reverse, designed by John Mercani, the 12th chief engraver of the U.S. Mint, which features a bald eagle behind a shield holding arrows and an olive branch in its talons. The original 13 American colonies are represented by a triangular group of stars above the eagle's head. My first U.S. Mint commemorative dollar is the 2006 Benjamin Franklin commemorating Franklin's 300th anniversary of his birth. This coin is Franklin the Scientist from the Coin and Chronicle set and is one of two issued in 2006. The obverse, designed by sculptor Charles Vickers, depicts a younger, rather buff Franklin flying his kite to discover electricity, and the reverse is the illustration of the colonial severed snake with the initials of several states and the words join or die, indicating that the colonies could only survive if they were united. The U.S. Mint issued two Franklin dollar commemoratives in 2006, and the second is the Founding Father. The obverse by sculptor and engraver Don Everhart shows Franklin in his older years with his signature below. The reverse has taken the design from the 1776 Continental Currency dollar, with multiple inscriptions. You probably wonder why I have these Franklin commemoratives. There's a few reasons. One is that I'm a huge Ben Franklin fan. Two, I really like the Chronicles and Coins series sets. And three, I wanted a few silver dollar commemorative coins to be represented in my collection. The obverse of the 2009 Abraham Lincoln commemorative proof of the 200th anniversary of his birth bears a three-quarter profile of Lincoln designed by illustrator-artist Justin Coons. The reverse has a few lines from the Gettysburg Address surrounded by laurel wreaths. The coin was issued the same day as the first new 2009 design Lincoln cents released by the U.S. Mint. I have this coin from the Lincoln Coin and Chronicles set. From the 2020 George H.W. Bush Coin and Chronicles set is the 41st President's 1 troy ounce of .999 silver medal. The obverse, designed by John Mercani, bears the portrait of Bush with the White House in the background. Note the medal alignment when turning over to the reverse, which features a quote from Bush's 1989 inaugural speech. Below is the presidential seal, flanked by draped torches of liberty below. The Type 2 2021 American Silver Eagle bears the same design as the bullion coin issued from 1986 to 2021, but the reverse was changed to illustrator and designer Emily Domstra's new design featuring an eagle as it approaches a landing, carrying an oak branch as if to add to the nest. Both of the ASL reverse designs are beautiful, but I lean towards the original because maybe I'm just a little bit more old school. One can argue that the American Silver Eagle is the most popular coin in world history. Well, that's it for video 34, What's in My Office, Silver Coins and Metal Type Collection that represents a dollar. Like I said, I really don't hate coins, because there is just something really cool about holding a big chunk of precious metal in your hand. And you have to respect and admire the beauty and artistry that went into making these tiny pieces of art. I appreciate your time, and if you like what you see, please hit that thumbs up button, feel free to leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in 2 weeks, and thanks for checking in.